If you missed the chance to take your honey out for a romantic dinner because of work or last-minute changes, you have not just one, but 3 more chances to right that wrong. Paul is at Tributary learning about the Valentine's menu that they're featuring until the 17th. Paul, what are you cooking up out there?
Yeah, well, we're cooking up something great, that's for sure. Of course, it's Tributary. It's going to be great, right? And I got Chef Ben, and you know, Valentine's Day has passed, and you got a 4-course meal.
Correct.
Valentine's Day has passed, but love lasts forever.
Love lasts forever.
So we're keeping this going.
You're
right?
busy, it's a work week, it's on a weeknight. Stretch it out. We're doing Valentine's Day all week long.
Exactly right.
So,
now, we're going to do the entree, right?
We're going to do an entree.
Okay.
We're going to do a nice filet here. So we've got a filet, a little local Texas beef. I'm going to have you season it up, a little bit of salt.
Hold on, Chef. You trust me to season?
I trust. I'm right here. We're going to do this together, but we're good.
How much do you like to put on there?
So I like to know it's there, okay? Because a lot of this is going to come off in the cooking process.
If that's the case, then
you can't be shy.
Can I do that? Okay,
a little
good.
bit, and I'll come follow behind with a little bit of pepper.
Okay.
Pepper a little less than salt. Okay, pepper can kind of get away from you.
Right.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little steak handoff here.
By the way, that feels just tender to the touch.
So this is Dean and Peeler, local Texas beef. We love it, and we want to work to get a really, really hard sear on this.
Yeah.
And what we're looking for through the process.
Just curious here.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get a really good sear? Because that's probably hard for some folks.
So the best thing is don't touch it.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to be in the pan fidgeting around and stuff like this, flipping.
Right.
We want to just leave this alone.
And the last thing you want to do is probably smush it.
Yeah, you know, if we're getting in here, we're taking all that goodness in the steak and we're putting it in the pan.
Right.
We're kind of
and you can't eat the pan.
You can't eat the pan. It looks nice, but no, it's not going to get us there.
Okay.
So we're going to serve this steak up with a little bit of peppercorn sauce. So this is green peppercorns.
Wow.
A little bit of wine and cream, and I'm going to have you.
Look at that. Doesn't that look good at home? Shake the camera, kind of up and down. Yes. That's a yes. It looks great.
So as we heat this up, we'll just want to give this a little stir. If you want to keep your eye on that one for me.
Okay. Just keep stirring this
Exactly.
a little bit? Okay. Now, how did you create this menu?
So Tributary is really all about honoring what's here in Texas and working to really highlight that while bringing in some kind of classic flavors. So this is a French dish in origin, steak with peppercorns.
Okay.
We're just taking it and localizing a little bit with our ingredients.
Sort of like Paris, Texas, maybe.
Exactly, yeah.
I like that.
That's where we took our inspiration. Yeah.
I like, up in Lamar County, up in
Paris,
all
Texas.
right, like that.
So to finish this steak off and kind of get it to where we're, you know, anyone can do this at home, okay? We're just searing in a pan. To really show off how to take a home dish and turn it into a restaurant dish.
Right.
It's all about how we finish it. So we've got some butter here that we're just going to finish this steak
Chef
with.
Ben, that just looks awesome.
You know, and this just is that final accent of flavor that we're just highlighting. You know, steak is good on its own.
That's garlic and
a little rosemary. Thyme could work really well.
Tell I'm not a chef. I don't even know what that is. That's
hey, you know, it's an herb. We're good.
Okay.
And we really just kind of want to. This is called basting. We're just dropping butter over the steak to finish that cooking process and really give it that kind of restaurant shine. You know, people say, what's the difference between my food at home and my food, you know, your food in a restaurant?
Right.
It's usually butter and salt.
So if you want it good, so, hey, you know what? We just got a little secret there.
I cooked the same thing at home and it didn't taste the same. What changed? Well, we added a pound of butter in the restaurant. You maybe didn't know. So,
but it tastes awesome.
Exactly. You know, we're your chef. We're not always your doctor, but it's you know, Valentine's Day. It's a rich, luxurious
I like
meal.
that, Chef.
Yeah. So we're kind of finishing off. The sauce is looking great. It's just darkened in color a little bit.
Am I doing okay here?
You're doing great. I'm going to cut your heat. Or turn on your heat.
By the way, while you're doing that,
Yeah.
okay, you've got a dessert, and I know we're not at that stage yet, but I got to ask you, is there red wine in the dessert?
Yeah. So Tributary's got an awesome, vibrant bar on the front of it. Super spirited, big crowds. So we like to bring in that beverage component to our dishes. Red wine and chocolate, kind of that natural Valentine's Day pairing.
Right.
So we really work to kind of highlight that. All right. So we're going to shift over here and we're going to try and plate.
Do I leave this? Okay.
It's in good hands. So all that butter, look at that work it did for us. It makes it look like a restaurant dish.
Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that great?
And we serve this with some, we call them fondant potatoes. So it's essentially...
Now, is fondant like square in French or what?
We'll go with it, but yeah. So it's a potato that we square off to make it look fancier than it is. And then we cook it down really, really slowly. And guess what? Butter.
Yeah.
And it gives this really luxurious texture. So we're going to cut this. And we just like to cut it for Valentine's Day because we're thinking about sharing.
I mean, look at that.
I'm going to cut it in a little manageable bite-sized portions for us because we're, you know.
I almost want to take a bite.
I think we'll be able to here in just a minute.
All right.
So we lay it out like that again, just to kind of highlight it. I'll leave our little bites off to the side here. And then what we do is this really rich, luxurious peppercorn sauce. We want to make sure we generously plate that on top.
Woo.
And it gives us this
Now,
beautiful.
Ben, do you have like any kind of signature, like bam? You know, that's somebody else's, but
You know, I would never step on his toes.
Right.
But, you know, we like to give it just a little, we call it finesse in the restaurant, just a
Little
little finesse.
finesse.
We're not throwing stuff at the plate.
Right.
But we're kind of purposefully dropping these crispy leeks on top. We like to say keeping it soigné. That's another French term for you.
Soigné and square in French. We learned a whole lot.
This is a big,
but
big day
but
for
you know
us.
what? I gotta
let's dig
take.
in. Texas beef, hard to beat.
Tell you what, it makes me want to jump in that river. It's just so good. My goodness, Chef, you did it again. I mean, that
My
is
pleasure.
beautiful. Hey, how can folks make reservations?
So the easiest way is just going on our website, tributarｙsa.com. From there, you can see all of our menus, make reservations, or just call the hotel directly, Marriott River Center.
Marriott River Center, great spot. I mean, look at the river. It's
Tough to beat.
It's beautiful. And even on a gloomy day, it looks absolutely beautiful. All right, thank you, Chef. Really appreciate it. Tributary, awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, I can't match that with the weather, but we're going to give it a try, right?